I'm about to get up here and show y'all. They not letting nobody through. Dang, they here. National Guard is here with big AKs. Oh, it just got real out here. It's been real. Golly.
Hey, Shalom. Of course, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and a double honors to the apostles, the elders, the men of Great Millstone, right? Sincere salutations to the brethren out there, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, putting their lives and health on the line to teach this truth, all right? You know, beautiful times we're in, you know. These are the things that, again, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, they've been warning us of these things, you know, for years and decades now, you know. This video surfaced. Looks like, you know, they're shutting certain parts of you know, the city. They're shutting certain parts of the city off. You know, it looks like I believe I saw a Target in the background. I don't know if they're shutting off, you know, certain plazas, whatever the case may be, you know. Them sending them boys down, you know. These troops, you know, getting, you know, everything's getting in place. Everything's getting set in motion. You know, this thing is about to go down. This is the time. You know, hey man, those troops, man. Hey, when they send those troops, man, that because one thing people don't understand is, you know, when it comes to the cops, when it comes to the, you know, these military troops and whatnot, they're on a whole nother ball game. You know, I'm sure many of you seen Trump. You know, he tweeted out, you know, basically, you know, shoot on sight, no questions asked. You know Jake be, you know, Jake want to get buck wild. Well, again, you know, when they start sending these troops or whatnot, man, it's going to be a whole nother ball game. You know, but again, you know, they sending these troops, and it looks like they're shutting off certain parts of the city down, right? Of course, the first precept, I'm going to get a second Esdras 15. I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one shall stand up, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." So of course, you know, you see these different, you know, these different militia groups, and you know, these different, it's, if it's not obvious by now, you know, these different race wars, you know, these different race wars about to pop off, right? I don't know, it might be just me, but I've noticed, you know, every time they have one of these incidences where a Jake gets, you know, murdered by one of these Edomite cops, and all of a sudden there's a whole strain of you know, there's a whole thing of, you know, cops is beating down Jakes, and you know, these cops killing Jakes, you know. And, you know, now there's all these videos now coming out, you know, these different these women, you know, getting their nose busted and getting slammed on their neck, and it's just all manner of hell. All hell is breaking loose, right? Because like I said, you know, if it isn't obvious by now, these race wars, man, they're definitely gonna, you know, about to start popping off. You know, these Edomites, they want to stop Jake everywhere they go and call the cops and all these different things. You know, this is the time that we're living in. You know, if it's not obvious by now. But I'm gonna read that verse again. In verse 15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men," and this is what we're witnessing. All right, people are getting tired. People are getting frustrated. People are getting fed up. All right, with how they're being treated by how Esau's treating them. You know, because I mean, get this, and what is that? Jeremiah, I think it's 2. You know, what is that? 2:14. Yeah, it says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? So pretty much, um, Jake has been comfortable in, um, you know, being I guess you could say a doormat for Esau. Jake has gotten comfortable and just basically, taking one up the rear. You know, there's another precept. What is that? Isaiah. Um, what is that? I'm gonna try 55. Um, bear with me. Isaiah. Let me try 60. Oh man, what is that? Because again, we're in the time where Jake, he's tired of being, treated like dirt. You know. See if I can find that real quick. If not, I'll just move on. No, I can't find it. But I want to. Matter of fact, let me try Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50. No, I can't find it. But let me just keep this going. I'm gonna go back to the second address. So yeah, like I was saying, Jake is basically trying to be tired of being, getting the raw end of the stick. So, that spirit that Yahweh Shem Shai is stirring up, and Jake's gonna start rousing up and start getting buck wild out here, right? And this is why they're gonna start sending those military troops, right? As you just seen in that video, and that's only gonna, that's only gonna last for so long, because when martial law is fully implemented out here, and pretty much, you try to go and do some food shopping at your local grocery stores. Everything's gonna be shut down, and again, everything's gonna be shut down, and that's when Jake's really gonna start getting buck wild out here, and that's when these troops, man, they're really gonna start shooting Jake's down like nothing out here. When Jake starts getting real buck wild out here, that's because like I said, these when it comes to these troops, those military troops, they're on a whole nother ball game than your local law enforcement. So again, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's what you see going on over there in what is that, Minnesota, right? Pretty much the mayor over there is pretty much calling out for help, because there's nothing he can do, and again, you're gonna start seeing these things happening, and because usually when one thing happens in one state, it's gonna spread like wildfire throughout the other states. So you can start expecting these things to happen in different states throughout, where things are just gonna get out of control to where it gets to the point where again, martial law is going to be fully implemented. You're going to have people really rising up and causing havoc out here, and that's when they're really going to shut this thing down. Here it is. Trump is talking about shutting down the internet completely. They're signing legislations and all that stuff to take this internet down, and when they take that internet down, man, you won't have no no phone or no platform to record what's really going on behind closed doors. That's when them troops, man, they're really gonna be, showcasing their anger towards you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. There's gonna be no one to record or see what's really going on, right? So yeah, man, this is why. Matter of fact, let me read in verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And again, you gotta, in that video, you get a small glimpse of that. It looks like they were protecting or blocking off a major street or something. I don't know. Like I said, I saw looked like a target in the background. I don't know if they're just guarding a certain plaza or police station. I don't know. But again, clearly you got a little glimpse of how they're going to be blocking certain parts of the city off, certain parts of the states, and eventually it's just going to, again, eventually, they're going to have everything shut down. The whole United States it's just going to be out of service. Said this plenty of times before, man. And again, this is beginning with the apostles, the elders, the men of Great Millstone on down. Been saying this for a long time. Jake's gonna get buck wild out here, and it's gonna put the local law enforcement agencies out of business. You're gonna have people trying to rob you in your house. You're gonna try to dial 911. It's gonna go to auto tune. It's gonna be out of business, and that's why they're gonna send those troops out. Like I said, this is a good example of go back to that video, because they had.
I'm about to get up here and show y'all. They not letting nobody through. Dang, they here. National Guard.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It looks like a target in the background.
National Guard is here with big AKs. Oh, it just got real out here.
It looks like they're blocking off could be like a toll road or a major highway road up above. I don't know, but it looks like they're definitely shutting down. They definitely shut down something. No one coming in, no one coming out. No one leaving. This is all biblical prophecy. Again, these are the things that we have been warned before time. So I'll read on verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled." And again, because even in the midst of all this that's going on, Israel is supposed to take into consideration what they see going on and be like, damn, this must be of a higher power, But of course not. You're gonna have 2/3 Jakes, niggas, and then you got these damn harlots, these whores, twerking in front of stores while buildings are on fire. I seen one video on WorldStar. A video of in the middle of these riots going down, these Jakes, they were shooting a music video. So it's like, again, because the scriptures say, as it reads in verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled." So again, Jake's not going to take into consideration because they're prideful people, man. We have a long history of just being prideful and just being rebellious, man. And this is why, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he has to send judgment. This is the whole meaning of Jacob's trouble. Jacob being the forefather, the progenitor of the 12 tribes, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They're talking about a rapture, or I'm not quite sure what they, what they're teaching nowadays in the world, but last time I was in the so-called Christian church, they talk about a rapture, you be beamed up in clouds and 7 years of tribulation and all that nonsense. Look, man, Jacob's trouble means exactly that, trouble for Jake. All right, and this is exactly why, because of your pride. And you're gonna have all manner of evil and all manner of things taking place during this time period, or what's known as in the scriptures the day of the Lord. All right, which isn't an actual 24-hour period, but a certain time frame. You're gonna have all type of chaos taking place. All right, And I'm gonna read on and finish this verse 18. It says, "The houses shall be troubled, and men shall be afraid." So yeah, man, those same these same prideful jakes that are out here, you know, just not, taking things serious. These same women out here just twerking and whatnot. In the midst of all this hell that's going down, these are the same people. These wannabe tough boys and bad female dogs, right? You know, when that time comes, you're gonna be so afraid. As the scriptures describe that day as being a day like a woman that's about to give birth. Those birth pains, right? So this is something to be looking forward to. We're almost, we're almost there, man. We're almost out of here. These are the signs that Yahushua, he told us of these things, and I'm probably gonna get that, but I'm just gonna continue to finish and reading on. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." So yeah, once these martial law troops, once they come through and martial law is fully implemented in a full effect, again, because you're gonna have people eventually, you're gonna have food run out in your homes, and eventually, Jake just gonna be out here just just robbing the neighbors and taking what the next man has, right? Because again, it's gonna get bad out here, man. And listen, Esau, they know these things. They know these things are gonna happen. Esau, they have some sense. They're stacking up on their guns and ammo, right? Because they know, they have some sense to realize these things and recognize these things. But it's our people. It's like they have no clue. Though you have the prophets out there warning the people, and Jake still is walking right here having no clue. They have no idea to what's for what's about to happen, what's coming. So that's pretty much it on that. And of course, I'm gonna jump to 2nd Ezra 16, because these are the times that we're living in, man. Beautiful times that we're in. Jump to 2nd Ezra 16, and start at verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you." So yeah, this is going to be a time period. These martial law troops. They're talking about forced vaccinations. Trump is talking about using the military to vaccinate the people. All right. This is going to be a time period. Families are going to be separated. All right. They're going to be forcing people to get vaccinated, and ultimately that microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. Again, it's clear. It's fully evident. This is the time that we're in. Let me read on. It says, "And feed you being idle with things offered unto idols, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." So of course, because a lot of jakes, man, they don't put their trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, and a lot of people, they're gonna, when those martial law troops start rolling through, with their guns and whatnot, a lot of people, a lot of you people, you're gonna take that mark of the beast. You're gonna take it willingly. You're gonna flock to it. Nevertheless, read verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." Verse 71, They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." So again, Just dealing with those troops, man. When those martial law troops come through, man, they're not gonna be playing games. Like I said, when it comes to the local law enforcement and the policemen, and when it comes to the military, they're on a whole another ball game. All right, there's a lot of things that the military can do that the local policemen, they can't do, right? And once they're out of commission, once they send those military troops, man, it's a wrap. They're gonna be they're gonna be taking you out of your homes and stealing your food and raping your women and children in front of you, and just all type of unimaginable things. It says they shall be like madmen. In that day, if you don't know who Esau is by now, that the son of perdition, if you don't know who he is now, it's going to be made known in that day. All right, it's going to be clear. It's going to be a time frame. They're going to show their true horns, their true colors. They're just not going to give a damn. And ultimately, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and his anger, his fury, that he's going to put on these Edomites and those martial law troops. But again, because again, Jake is just prideful, man. This is what it talks about in that flood that's coming. And what is that? Psalms. This is why our forefather King David, he made these prayers to be protected. Because these are these are the matter of fact. Before I get that, I'm gonna get because again, I keep mentioning the times, the signs. They're here. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's showing his men the signs of the times I we're in. And like I said, it's clear, it's evident. But let me get this in 2nd Esdras 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. And what are the some of those signs of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he warned us of 4 times? Well, before I get that, I'm going to continue reading on. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And, clearly you have uproars taking place. People are running through these local law enforcement agencies, tearing the buildings up and, burning these buildings down and chasing the local law enforcement out of their cities. All right. Because again, people are getting the people are getting they're getting tired. They're getting fed up. Because again, Jake has been in a docile state for a minute. And again, that spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's stirring it up, stirring things up, right? Shaking the pot up, shaking his hand over this earth. And as it says, he will begin to visit the world which he made. So, again, these are the signs that Yahweh Shem Yahushai left us. So we can, start preparing ourselves if we haven't been already, right? What I wanted to go to was Matthew's, the 24th chapter, because, again, these are the signs. These are the times I went in. Matthew's 24. We'll start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So, of course, the apostles, the disciples, asking Yahushai, when will be the signs of his second return, his second coming, right? Verse 4, it says, and Yahushai answered unto them, and Yahushai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So yeah, that's another thing, Um, this whole going back and forth with America and China and Russia, all these and Iran, pretty much all the allies of America are splitting away. You got those countries over there in the EU. They're talking about splitting up from America. Trump is even talking about. I saw this article. Trump is even talking about becoming its own, pretty much its own self-sustaining nation and not having to rely on any other nation. So, that's one thing to keep in mind. These different rumors of wars and whatnot. Where was that? Verse 6, it says, "See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." In verse 8 it says, "And these are the beginning of sorrows." So again, because people think it's bad now, right? With all that you see going on, this is ain't nothing really happened yet. You haven't even seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning. Those birth pains, right? So just to show some of the signs, and part of those signs would be people rising up. The people are getting roused up, as you clearly see. For those that are paying attention, people are clearly getting roused up. But just wanted to touch on that aspect a little bit, dealing with the signs. But again, this video, man, it clearly showed how the military, they had a certain section of the city blocked off, right? It's getting ready to send that flood. And again, this is why our forefather King David. This is what I was about to get. He prayed to be protected. Because again, they're gonna be doing all type of evil things and just unspeakable acts. Especially towards you Jakes, man. But get this in Psalms 124 and start at verse 1. It says, "If it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been Yahweh who was on our side, when men rose up against us." Because that's what you're going to see. Like I said, you're going to start seeing more and more, the military being deployed throughout America, to the point where America is going to be completely shut off, on all these cities and, everything's going to be completely locked down. America's going to be completely locked down. All right. In verse 3 it says, "Then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us. Then the waters had overwhelmed us. The stream had gone over our soul." So, this is why it's important to trust in and relying on the names, the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because, once that flood once these waters come, and they're gonna overwhelm a lot of people. They're gonna come and take a lot of people, man. As I've previously read, once these troops come down, they're not gonna be playing any games. Because Jake, man, again, Jake just takes everything for a joke. Jake doesn't take anything serious until it's happening to them. But by that time, it's gonna be too late. The doors of mercy, they're gonna be closed. I brought out this whole thing with Trump, trying to shut the internet down. Once they do that, people won't be able to look up videos anymore, or because there's gonna be a time where people are gonna start asking questions and looking for answers. They're gonna go on the internet and look for those Hebrew Israelites. Well, the internet's gonna be shut down, and they're gonna go on the highways and byways where the men of the Lord, the prophets, were at, and martial law is gonna be in full effect. So it's going to be too late, In verse 5 it says, "Then the proud waters," and that's how this is talking about people, because waters they can't be proud, all right. It says, then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be Yahweh, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. Yeah, man. Again, it's a beautiful thing, having this truth, because what does it say? What is that? Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, right? So, when them troops do come down, because again, those when these troops come, they're not gonna be playing any games with Jake. They're gonna be sifting Jake out. They're gonna have guns in their face, and all that. Go to and again, this is why our forefather King David, he prayed for protection, from the enemy, from the flood. What was that? Psalms 58. I'm gonna just start at verse 1. Psalms 58:1. It says, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye wait the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So, this is dealing with Esau, all right? Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers. Charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O Most High, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh. Verse 7, it says, let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces. So the point I wanted was verse 6. It says, break their teeth, O Most High, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh. Because again, this is why it's important to have that protection of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because again, when these martial law troops come through, man, and they have their guns and the military tanks, and of course all these other weapons and technology that they're going to unleash during Jacob's trouble, things we've never seen before. This is why Yahweh Shemel Shai has to raise that standard up, because again, they got things we've never seen before. You always bring this point out. They have technology that's beyond our imagination, and of course that was the blessing given to them by Yahweh Shemel Shai. When you read the history in Genesis, but when it comes to these people, man, yeah, man, this is the time that Yahweh Shemel Shai warned us of, right? And dealing with Esau, right? And dealing with his military might, those teeth, right? I'll go ahead and get this real quick. What was that? Romans 13:11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So here it is. A lot of people are looking forward to the planning. A lot of people are looking forward to, things opening up and things getting back to normal. And they're planning 5, 10, 20 years ahead. Look, man, we don't want to be here that long. Yahweh Shai, this is the year, or hopefully by next year, we get the hell out of here. Our salvation, we get to see our salvation. We're tired of this place because, again, going back to King David, and the prayers for protection, because if it was up to the enemy, he'd wipe us all out. There would be none to be saved. So this is why we see these things, man, and it's supposed to make us cry out to Yahweh Shemel Shai even more and speed things up. Let Esau do what he has to do, so we can get the hell up out of here. It's that simple. But again, this is the times that we're in. Esau, he's about to come down. He's about to bring that hammer, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end on this properly. In Isaiah 59 and 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So again, let Esau, let these devils do what they got to do. Let the flood come. So Yahweh Shemi Washai can lift that standard against him, right? So yeah, man, this is the times that we're in. Clearly Yahweh Shemi Washai, he's showing us the signs. We're almost out of here. Our salvation is closer to what we believe. But yeah, man, they're about to shut these things down, man. They're about to shut everything down. It's about to be all hell and all chaos out here. So I just encourage my brothers out there, and a few sisters that watch, stay strong. I want to give sincere salutations to you, brethren. Beginning with the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone on down, and all the other sincere brothers out there of the hopefully elect. All right, and once again, I want to give all acknowledgement, all credit to Yahweh Shemi Washai, and once more, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, I say Shalom.